the biggest reason why I was frustrated with my dating life was the fact that I could approach women, but from there on I was a confused little guy. Now, the process in between taking her number to setting up the date, that is where everything went to shit all the time, and I never understood why. So this is what would happen. I approach a woman, we have a very good interaction, she gives me her number, but once we get to talking, that is where I screw things up. And the women that pass through the stage of talking to setting up the date, they eventually cancel out last minute, and this made me so frustrated. But then one day, as I was going out on one of these successful dates, I discovered a new way of approaching women and guaranteeing that you will have a successful date. In fact, it guarantees that you will never ever struggle with women, especially when you are cold approaching. Guys, before we get into the secret method that I found, there are a few key things that I followed, and I discovered that every time I followed this checklist, it worked magnificently. I have had 100% success with this strategy, and it is absolutely crucial that you make sure you follow this checklist, because, well, they are common sense, but they are also the core of this strategy. Number one is your appearance. Guys, this day I was looking the sharpest. Hey, remember I've been frustrated with women, so I wanted to make a good impression. I was wearing the best clothes that I had. And that is where appearance comes in. You need to look your best. Guys, there is no compromise here, because women are visual creatures, and just the way it's common sense that people judge you by your appearance, women judge you by your appearance, and they make split decisions like that. I am going to sleep with him, I'm not going to sleep with him, just by your appearance. So the first thing, guys, you need to look your best. And looking your best is just making sure that you bring out your best qualities, and you bring out the masculine side of yourself. That is what I want you to do, because that is what I did. I brought out the best of my masculine side. This way, when she looks at you and she judges you, she sees what she wants in a man, or she sees a type of man that she would be attracted to. Not a boy, not any other thing, but a man, a masculine man. That is the first checklist, number one. Number two was smelling nice, smelling amazing. This day I was smelling so good. I was so proud of myself. I was smelling so good, because I'm going to meet this chick. And guys, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where everything has been going left, and then one thing turns right, turns to your way. Then you put all your energy into making sure that that thing does not leave you, or that you don't let that opportunity slip away. So this is the same situation. You need to smell your best. And guys, think about this. You as a man, there is a very pretty lady here, but she smells like rotten fish. And there is an ugly chick here, but she smells so good. Which one are you going to pick to sleep with? Which one are you going to pick? Because women make split decisions like that. So the first thing she sees is that you are a masculine, attractive man. Then when you get close to her, she is drawn into you by the amazing smells, the amazing scent of you. Now, this day I was going to meet one of this date, and then she cancelled on me, as usual, as expected. she cancels on me. So, well, since I was still on self-improvement, and I was like, hey, I can't let this get to me. So as I was going back home, I met another chick, and I thought to myself, it would be really cool if I acted as if she's the one I was going to meet, because, well, I have nothing to lose. So when I approached her in this way. I asked her, oh, hey, I'm extending my arm. So when she greeted me, I told her, I hope I didn't keep you waiting for long. And she was all confused, but she was already into me. I had seen her, she was looking at me. So I told her, now let's go. And she's like, oh, I'm waiting for my friends, I can't do this. And I'm like, hey, come on, let's go. It was just, we were to meet for, I said 20 or 10 minutes. I don't remember the exact time I said, but I told her it was a brief date, so keep your end. Well, I was just playing with her, but she went along with it. And this brings us to the secret. The secret was setting up instant dates, because I approached her and I took her out. I approached her, 2 minutes later we were heading out to the date. That was the secret. Guys, I used to underestimate the power of being masculine, the power of being confident in yourself and bringing the value of masculinity to a woman. Guys, it worked like magic, but it worked because I applied these two things, and you must do it, otherwise it won't work for you. So as we were heading out, I was thinking of these new ways, spontaneously and fast. How am I going to make this interesting without me seeming to try too hard? So I just behaved as if I was on the date with the other chick. I was teasing her, I was checking her out, I was touching her, I was escalating things. And she went along with it because I was leading her. She was following me. And that is the main point of the date. You set the date, she comes and follows your lead. Follows your lead. You are the leader. So the point of the date is to demonstrate that, hey, I am a man and you be a woman. I was making her feel like a woman in the date, in that moment. Now it was 10 minutes. The date was just 10 minutes, but the impact that it had, I have been using this strategy ever since. Now, of course, you won't have as much options as just cold approaching and taking numbers. You're not taking numbers to go and set a date. You are setting a date first. You'll take the number later. So escalate things. Make it as emotional as possible. That way, of course, she will feel that sexual tension, because that is where we are headed. We are headed for the sexual tension. Let her know that you are not a nice guy. You are a guy who, of course, is straight to the point, and you know, and she knows what the date is for. The last point that I made sure I covered was making the experience short and sweet. Short and sweet. Now, again, I am talking about the power of underestimating the being masculine, because I met this chick 2 minutes ago. We went for the date 5 minutes in. 7 minutes in, we are already making out. And this is where the power of making it short and sweet comes in. So as I was escalating things, we reached to the point where we were making out, and then it clicked to me. If I get sucked into the motions, then I will end up giving away my power. So the moment we started making out, I pulled back, and the more she came closer, I told her, hey, my time is over, but let's exchange contacts and we shall set a date where we will meet. I told her I didn't live far, but today couldn't couldn't work, so we had to set a new date, and that is where the date ended. So you leave it short and sweet. You leave her hanging. You leave her wondering, who is that guy? Because you've met, you've already gone on the date, and she's already into you. You've already done things that other guys wait months and months to do. You've done it in less than 10 minutes. And it works every time. Now, why I say it works every time is because it's just like sales. First you start with a prospect, and you keep on eliminating prospects who don't fit your criteria until you meet that chick who is free or is available. Because, well, you can't set instant dates with a girl who is headed to class, she's having an exam. No, you want a girl who is free in that moment. So when you're talking to her, you ask her, what are you up to right now? Then you tell her. If she tells you she's busy or she's going somewhere and she's in a hurry, let her go. If she is available, then tell her what to do. Don't ask her. Tell her, hey, let's go on this date, or let's go there for a few minutes. I'm short of time, but I would like to know you better for 10 minutes. Come. Tell her, well, this is where your sharpened, spontaneous creativity mind comes into play. Now, I can't tell you what to say exactly because everyone is unique. Everyone has their own different experiences. But the point is that once you find a chick who is in that moment free, ask her out instantly for 10 minutes and apply the things that I've told you, escalate, and then make the date fun and interesting, and then make it short and sweet. And then when you exchange contacts, you are exchanging contacts so that you can take her back to your place. Or if you have the time, you can even go back to your place, because this is how the world works. This is how the world works, I'm telling you, my guys. And if you can't capitalize on that, then of course you'll continue to be frustrated the way I used to be. Right now I'm not frustrated with women because I know, even if, well, I do cold approach some women who, well, where my legs just can't handle it and she's too hot to let her go. But most of the time I usually eliminate my prospects until I find suitable candidates, and they work absolutely amazing. So hopefully you got value from today's video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace out.